Okay, it is Sunday morning and I'm actually here at the Costco drop, which I never do, but I actually woke up early enough today to get to the drop in time. So we're trying it out and we're going to see what happens. It is currently 9:45 in the parking lot. I actually got here about 5 minutes ago and I just filled up with some gas. So we're ready to go. And the weird thing is, right before I got here, there was actually a Costco batch at 9:38. I don't know if that's normal because I don't really do Costco. It was a double stack batch for Costco and a nearby store, so maybe that's why. But still, I was like, there's already a Costco at 9:38. Seems kind of early. Never come to the drop, so I'm like, I just want to see what happens today. It's a Sunday, so I would think this is like pretty much the best day to try your luck and see what happens. So I'm excited. I'm hoping for a good one because I always see so many people getting great Costco batches, especially at the drop. A bunch of batches coming in. A bunch of them got taken right away. I saw a 50, it went away, I let it go. At 9:52, I grabbed this one. I honestly didn't even take it right away because I'm like, it's 9:52 and on Sunday, like, I probably could get something better. Just don't think I want to risk it. So let me know if you think this was a bad idea. Sorry, someone was just being really loud with their cart. Let me know if you would have taken this one. I did take it, but I didn't like instant click. I did actually wait a second and see if anything else came in. But I think I just want to get started. I feel like people will probably say that I could have waited for something better because it's a Sunday. Also, it's really low miles. It's 2 shops and 5.7 miles. And a lot of Costco orders I see are really high miles, and I really don't want to do those. I get started with this one and try to knock it out as quick as I can, and then I'll come back to Costco because it's really short miles. I think I should have skipped it though because it's only 9:52, so there's still 8 more minutes till the store opened. I was hesitant. I sat there and I was like, do I click accept? Judging based on the fact that it didn't go instantly tells me that maybe more experienced people are waiting for a better batch. But I'm not going to cancel it. I took it. I wanted to make sure I locked one in. Really low miles, which is what I'm happy with. 39 items, 45 units for $60. At Costco, I know that's not really amazing. Excited to just have a short drive. The worst thing on here is there's 2 cases of water, 2 cases of Joy Burst hydration drinks, which I actually really like those. 3 cases of Italian sparkling mineral water. That's all the heavy stuff. And then the other order has, that's just all like, there's paper towels, so like 1 bulky item. Everything on this second order is all like small items. Yeah, so it's just the one order that just has, so we're looking at 6 cases total of water or drinks in general. And I'd rather do this than do an order that's a little bit less items, but a farther drive, especially with the gas prices. So let's see how fast I can knock this one out. I did just come to this Costco yesterday. I actually just recently got a membership and I've been thinking about it. Just here yesterday shopping the store, and that helps because I was kind of like surveying where everything is. So I think this should be a little quicker for me to knock out. And because I'm still new at doing Costco, like I'm not really sure how much time to expect yet for myself, like what I can reasonably expect me to get these orders done. It was a little rough. I dropped off the first order and we are on our way now to the second customer. We're an 8-minute drive. I got nervous because on the map, like on the accept order screen, it said apartment, or it said order B was an apartment. And I was like, please don't do this to me. like, please don't. But it's weird because a lot of times that's wrong. I don't know if that's the same case for you guys, but the first delivery was a condo complex. So that was easy because it was essentially like dropping off to a house. And this second order is a house. To safely assume that the second customer is leaving the majority of the tip, but we will see as always after I drop it off. So this order, I'm set to arrive at 11:14, and I got the order at the drop. So at 9, I think I got it at 9:52, but you can't actually start shopping till 10. So I don't know if you want to call it 9:52 or 10. I'm just going to call it 10 because that's when I walked into the store. Hour and 14 minutes for this order, but it's going to take me at least 5 minutes to drop it off. So I'm going to call it an hour and 20 minutes for $60, which that really isn't bad, but I do think I should have waited for a better one just because it's a Sunday and I never go to Costco drop, so I really don't know, like, I guess the best strategies, and I'm not a professional by any means at Costco. So I do think I'm gonna go back though after this. Still gonna be great orders coming in all day. As you can see, I do have the order in the background. I just realized that you can see it. And It is really annoying because my car is so small that when I load and unload the car, I do have to put the top down, and sometimes I just get so fed up with putting it up and down a bunch of times that I'll just leave it down when I'm like driving to the next customer. The order that you can see featured here, I do think this person is the one leaving the majority of the tip. Also, she had ordered like 900 times or something, and I usually find that people that order frequently, at least the orders that I take, they're usually the tippers. Not always going to be the case, but a lot of times I find that people who regularly order tend to tip, especially with bulk orders like Costco. So overall, I'm happy with this taking about an hour and 20 minutes for the pay, but it definitely is more work. If it would have taken an hour, I would have been like thrilled. So I'm just a little bit over time. Experienced Costco shopper would have got this done in an hour, and I still am pretty slow considerably at the store. So I think every time I do another order, I'll get better, and then hopefully I'll be able to do an order like this in an hour, and that would just be amazing. So I actually got that one dropped off at 11:15. I got there a couple minutes early, and the house it was a really quick delivery. I don't know why I thought it would still take me that long. It took me like 2 minutes to deliver. Back to Costco, and as I was pulling out of this person's driveway, I actually got a Costco order for $51, 25 units, 3 customers, but it was 10 miles, and I decided to pass on it because I'm like, I want to at least go back to Costco and try my luck there before I accept a 50. Yeah, it was 25 units, which that was a great unit count, but it was 10 miles and a triple customer. And given it's like prime Sunday time, and I just did that one that I think could have been better, I'm gonna at least like go back to Costco and see what I can get while I'm actually waiting there. And I was surprised they sent me that one when I was still like 8 or 9 minutes away. And obviously the Costco is still listed as red, batch in 1 to 5 minutes. And I am now a 7-minute drive from getting back to Costco, and we're gonna see what we get there. I think I can get a good one. I think I can get a better one than this one that I got. So I just saw another one, and I just saw a 60 for 25 units, triple customer, 10 miles, and I tried to click on it and it was gone. And I also saw that before I even got to the store. So I waited at the store for a few minutes, and I did actually take this Sprouts order. I don't want to waste time sitting around, and based on the addresses of these, I'll probably just go back to Costco again when I'm done with this one. And this was nothing like amazing. I've been waiting. It's now 11:37 is when I got the order. So I'm like, especially on a Sunday when there's volume, you just want to like knock them out as fast as possible because there is pretty solid orders all day. So yeah, this one's not incredible, but I'm pretty fast at Sprouts. The other day I did a 50 at Sprouts that was 80 units or 83 units, and I did it in 1 hour. It was a single customer only going like 2.5, 3 miles. And this one, a 50, 82 units, so essentially the same size, 2 customers going 6 miles. So if I'm really good, I can get this one done in maybe hour 10, hour 15, maybe give myself an extra 10 to 15 minutes to account for a second customer's drop off. And yeah, it's really nothing incredible, but because it's Sprouts and not like one of those giant Fry's stores, that's kind of why I took it. If this was at one of the big Fry's stores, I probably would not have done it because it takes so long just to walk through stores that are that big. This Sprouts is also the one that I'm not really that fast at compared to the other two, but still the store being so small and me generally knowing where things are, I think I can give myself hour 10, maybe hour 15 minutes on this one. So I'll decide if I want to go back. I think I might go back to Costco after, because I was pretty happy with that one I got. And I would have been really happy to get that 60, but I clicked on it and it was gone. So it was a 10-mile delivery with 3 customers, where this is only a 6-mile delivery with 2 customers. And again, with the gas prices, I'm really trying to prioritize low-mile batches. Try to really hurry on Sunday, especially earlier in the day when I still have a good amount of energy. I really try to hurry because there's such good volume on Sunday that like the best strategy is to just go as fast as possible. Obviously, it's always good to go as fast as possible, but hopefully you see what I mean. There's good batches all day. So the faster you knock them out, the faster you get in line for another good batch. There's not heavy pay on this one. and Sprouts is a pretty easy store, at least to me. I've heard that some shoppers actually don't like Sprouts. I'm curious if anyone's a shopper or wants to comment what you think about doing Sprouts orders. I kind of see why some people wouldn't like them, and they also don't like put the aisle numbers or anything, so that is really difficult. But once you know the store, I find I can get Sprouts orders done faster than Fry's or Safeway. So in other places, that'd be like Vons or Publix, can get these Sprouts orders done way faster than those. I hate that they don't let you cancel single batches anymore. If you grab a batch and you try to ask customer service or customer support if they can cancel just one order off your batch, they'll tell you no. Apparently they used to do that. Maybe it's also like just a complete toss-up of what kind of support agent you get. But I was really annoyed about this the other day because I had a situation happen in one of my last videos with a really awesome $90 order that I couldn't do because the items were out of stock. And it was so funny how I was already mad that my $90 order got canceled, of course. And then on top of it, I was mad because I contacted support and I accepted a double order batch. And the giant order was the one that was out of stock, and I know they were the ones that were tipping. And I was expecting the guy to cancel my batch anyway. So he just canceled the one order off the batch. I'm like, okay, so you guys can cancel single orders off batches. You just say that you can't. Which I think we all saw that one coming. Like, I'm not shocked by this. It's just annoying to see it happen like right in front of your face, even though like I was guessing that was the truth before, and they just lie and tell you like, hey, you either do the whole batch or you don't do it. Whatever. It's just kind of one of those things you have to put up with. Every app and every job has negative sides to it. So now that I'm done with my little rant, this order A is 35 items, 51 units. So that's going to be definitely the one that's tipping more. And then the second order is 28 items, 31 units. So still a decent size order. Skewed the tip is if it's like all coming from customer A and then like $5 from customer B. Or you never know. Sometimes 31 units is still a decent size order. It could be someone being a little generous. So I always like to check to see. I'm really curious for that Costco order that I did, what the tip breakdown was, but I was waiting for a Costco order and I just was too focused on like waiting for an order. I didn't check the tip breakdown. So I'm a couple minutes away. We're gonna head in. Let's see how long I can knock out an 82 unit Sprouts order for 2 customers going 6 miles. And just like that, we are back in the car, and it is 12:28 right now. I'm on the way to the first customer. We are a 7-minute drive. So we're looking at 12:35 for the first drop off. That was a pretty easy order. Honestly, I was faster, even compared to the times I've gone to this location. I already think I was faster this time, maybe just because I was like focusing on it more. Today, I'm really trying to knock these out as fast as possible because there are good batches all day. And this is just a house delivery too, so it'll be really easy. Your order, it is 36 items and 51 units. And this is an 83 unit order, which is the same amount of units as that one I did the other day that was the 51 for a single customer. But the cart was actually less full on this one. And it just kind of depends on how many like bulky items they order. And yeah, this cart for an 83 unit order was not bad at all. It wasn't like overflowing or anything, which around when you get up to that many units at Sprouts, usually the cart is pretty overwhelming near the end because the carts are smaller. So that order I dropped off at 12:45 and I got the order at 11:37. So just on point, actually a little less than my estimate. It took a little less than an hour, 10 minutes, which I'm super happy for the 50. Drive back to Costco, it took 10 minutes to get here. It's now 1:11, so I've been sitting for 15 minutes. And I just got this Costco order. There was a 40 that I passed on. I clicked on it, looked at it, and then someone did take it. But I'm like, no, I don't want to do a 40 for Costco. I got to at least get something a little better than that. And this is a great one. I'm super happy with this. It's also delivering. It is 3 customers, which is the only bad thing. But it is delivering near downtown, uptown Phoenix, which is where I usually frequent, is more in that area. So when I drop this off, I'm just gonna work in that area and not come back to Costco. which I'm fine with because I have so many repeat customers in that area. And as we know, the algorithm does try to give you orders for customers that you've had already, especially if they rate you highly. So it's very valuable to be in an area where you have lots of repeats. Here's the flatbed before I put it in the car. So we have A right here, B in the center box, and C here. So as you can see, nothing heavy, just a couple like those protein shakes and these. That's the worst of it. Okay, so we are now a 6-minute drive from the first customer. And as you can see, I have more items in the back. So much better now. Like for the most part, I've been finding everything now. So it really only takes a few times. Like I cannot believe how hard it was even just like the first 2 or 3 orders versus now. It's pretty quick to learn where things are. You just have to give it a couple orders. So if you're someone who is afraid to do Costco orders because you don't know where things are, like it takes a lot less time to be fast than you would think. So I'm already improving really quickly. I almost freaked out because I got this and I'm not even at Costco. Oh wait, that's why, 100 miles. Again, it's going to Prescott, and that makes no sense because there's a Costco in Prescott. I don't know why the app does this. It's just so stupid. So I dropped that one off at 2:18 and I got the order at 1:09. So I'm very happy with that, only taking about an hour and 10 minutes. And then I drove 5 minutes and I'm now sitting at Sprouts. It was just the closest store because honestly, it doesn't seem to matter that much if you're sitting at the store unless it's Costco in my experience, as long as you're nearby. And the app will still try to give you repeat customers even if you're kind of far away from the store. Stay here or drive just a little bit further to the closest next store is Fry's that says batch in 1 to 5 minutes. But I need to eat my lunch because I'm super hungry. So I'm probably gonna eat that here and then I might drive to a nearby store that does have a red circle. So I just missed this order. What do you say? I thought I clicked it as fast as possible. Obviously I didn't because my salad was sitting on my lap and my phone was on like the other side of my leg. Really, because my phone wasn't in my hand. And that's like the fastest way to click. Obviously, if you're like holding the phone and can just click rather than it being like on a surface, I would think. Really thought that I got it. I mean, I clicked so fast, but I think it was the salad. That's my first $100 batch that I've missed. I know we can't get every batch, like everyone has stories about missing like amazing batches. There's a $96 Sprouts batch that I missed once that I still think about, and this one was over 100 and I missed it because I cannot believe I missed that. And now I've been waiting for like at least 20 minutes too. It's not as busy right now as it usually is during this time, so maybe in like an hour it'll be busier. But I did move to Fry's and I'm sitting here now. It used to be a batch in 1 to 5 minutes and now it's not even listed. But like I said before, it doesn't really matter that much for priority unless you're sitting at Costco. It's 2:49, so we'll see what I get between now and 3 o'clock. I guess we're doing this. I was just about to move, but I'm like, this is the order I just accepted. It's $55.96. 62 items, 81 units. It's not really the best. I would prefer more pay for this many units, and it's a triple customer. But I only took it because this Safeway is a really small store, and I know it really well. So we're just gonna knock it out. I don't want to wait any longer. So hard to get over when you miss something heartbreaking like I just did. Like, let's just take a look. This is what I missed. It hurts so bad. I can't believe it. How did I miss this? It's so painful. Yeah, it's 97 units. Who cares? I don't know how I missed it, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I gotta try to get over that, which is probably gonna take me a minute. We're gonna do this one. I'm really fast at the store. All right, we are now on the way to the second customer to drop off. The first customer is a repeat customer that I get all the time, and her address is also closest to the store. And I know it's her who's tipping the majority, so it's kind of unfortunate to go do 2 additional orders that are probably pretty low tips, but we can't remove single orders. So I'm on the way now. So far, it's taking way longer than it should have. I don't know. I mean, I decided to use 2 carts on it, which I probably shouldn't have. And then I had to wait at the butcher counter, and it just, sometimes you're just faster than others, and there's not always things you have control of, like waiting at the deli, waiting at the the meat counter, things like that you don't have control over. I probably should not have 2-carted this. I mean, I think it still was possible to do in one. But what happened was I was starting to shop the order in the produce section, and then one of the customers added items to their order to get another cart because I'm like, I just think this is going to be way too close. And I don't know, maybe that still was the best choice, but it just took me way too long to go around the store with 2 carts. And I don't know, maybe also in the back of my mind, I was still just discouraged that I missed that one order. Hard to miss something like that. The order I just did now is similar in the amount of items to that order I missed, and it was almost double the pay. So that's a little rough. The customer did add items to this, which I'm grateful they did because it was my customer who is the repeat one who always tips pretty well. So the tip went up a pretty substantial amount because she added items. Accepted the order at 62 items, 81 units. And then by the time I was starting, it was at 71 items, 91 units. And so that reflected almost a $10 increase in the tip. So this order should be about a 65 instead of a 55, which does help. It still is taking me way too long to do. I got it at 250, and it is now, I'm set to arrive at the second customer's drop off at 418. And the third customer is like a 2-minute drive from this person. Right after I drop these off is always a super, super busy time. It's always like late afternoon, early evening on Sundays where it just goes crazy. So I'm not exactly sure if I want to drive to the other Costco or start heading to a regular store. I don't know how busy Costco is at this time of day. Like, I know the regular stores always are, but since I'm not like a regular with Costco orders, I'm not sure if Costco is still busy later in the day. I know it's always busier earlier. So I don't know. I might go to Costco. I might just go to a regular store. All right, so we finished that one. The last 2 deliveries actually was the same apartment complex, but they were in 2 different buildings. So I went in one building, did one, and then just delivered the second one. So that was really nice. At least I didn't have to do really any additional driving for that third customer. And because I'm only a 10-minute drive to the other Costco, I am going to go over there. But it is absolutely going off right now. It's always the busiest around 4:30. So they're dropping a bunch of batches at once. I've surprisingly been waiting a long time for an order. It's now 5:30 and I still haven't accepted anything. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it was just so busy and I was doing so well earlier, and there was a lot of orders coming in, but nothing I wanted to take. The order actually just came in for fries, and even though I've been waiting a while, I still think I'm going to pass on it. It's 7 miles, 3 customers. I don't know. I don't think it's good enough to take. And then an even worse one comes in. That is so awful. 109 units on that one is crazy. I think that actually was a rebatch because I'm almost positive. Oh my God. 36 packs of rice cakes. Oh my God. That is actually insane. Like, you just never know. I don't know what a lot of people are doing. Like, this person ordered 36 packs of rice cakes, and they're not going to have that. That's the part that I don't understand is, like, do people actually expect the store to have that, or do they just order it and just see what they get? This one disappeared, and it came back again, and they rebatched it again. So it's almost the same order as before, except it's a little bit less miles. It's a little bit less miles now. It used to be 7, now it's 5. But it's still 51 items and 69 units for triple customer. And even though I've been waiting, I still think I'm going to pass. This is also for a very large store, so the shopping for this will not be quick. Here's another one that's decent, but I still think I'm going to pass. It's 56 items, 63 units, but it's 3 shops, 8 miles. At least they're not like in one direction, so it's still staying in a pretty good area, but it's still 8 miles for over 60 units. No one has taken it right away. I'm still kind of deciding on it, honestly. Okay, so many things are happening right now. First of all, let's start with the good news. I was sitting waiting. I showed you guys this light right here, of course, is like at the worst angle. Showed you guys those orders that I was kind of thinking about, and I've been sitting waiting for a while, and there was that one order that I was about to take. It was like a 45 or a 46. But I'm like, especially when I wait so long, I kind of don't want to like settle for something just okay. And that's the kind of order, the last one I showed, that I probably would have taken it just to stay moving if I was like knocking orders out back to back. But I'm like, no, I've waited a long time. Like, I just kind of want to get something better. And I do not regret it, because I got this order. This is probably the best order I've ever gotten. This is for a repeat customer that I've had several times now that tips like, I want to say 25 or 30% every single time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on a percentage basis, that adds up really quick. And I've done a few orders for them before, and I'm like, this is like the most valuable repeat customer to have ever. And the more times you get their order, and if they rate you highly, then the app will keep feeding you their order. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like just such a win, because to not only get this customer once, but to continue to get their order. I've dropped off, they've ordered just like gallons of water before from the grocery store and put like a $25 tip on it. And then I did a large grocery order for them a couple weeks ago that they put like an $80 tip on. And we will see the breakdown once I get to finish the batch. But I'm guessing the mass majority of the tip was all him, because I know he always tips so much. So we will see. And this is of course annoying because this is a stacked order, and this order that's driving 10 miles is probably a really small tip. But we'll see. I know that he always tips generously, and it is so sad that Instacart couldn't just put this as a single order and they had to stack it. So this order should have been, or it would have been like a mile and a half if it was just for my one repeat customer who always tips. I am kind of annoyed to have to drive this many miles, but we cannot deny that this is one of the best orders ever. It's personally, I think, my best order ever, even with the higher miles. And it was funny because I've never dropped off. I've done a bunch of Total Wine orders and alcohol orders, but nothing with expensive bottles. And so the guy was showing me how it looks like on the customer end too, where they actually do like a double verification, where the customer has to verify that they received their order and like confirm the exact quantity that they ordered and sign for it in their app. I guess it's like a fraud protection thing, which does make a lot of sense. And he was explaining it to me too. He was like, oh yeah, I've asked them before, and it's to make sure that I can't, report the bottles missing and try to get a refund for something this expensive, or try to it could screw me over as the driver, obviously too, if someone, reports like a really expensive item missing, and like a missing items report. They're definitely not going to play those games on really expensive bottles of alcohol. Thing he ordered was 2 750 ml bottles of the Johnny Walker Blue Label Scotch. And I think it's the Scotch whiskey blended. I'm like, I've heard of it, of course, but like I don't drink any of that stuff. So yeah, so he only ordered 2 bottles of that, and they have it locked in the case. They make you go to the register to get it. It was funny because the associate was actually kind of rude to me. I don't think he meant to be rude, but it came off like that to me at least. And I found it in the aisle, and it's in the case, like in the display cabinet. And I'm like, oh, I'm assuming this bottle's locked in the case. I think it's one of these. And I turn around because he just happened to be standing right in that aisle. And I'm like, oh yeah, I think it's this one. And he was like, okay, so that one's in the case, and you have to go to the front and have them give it to you. And I was like, oh, okay, because I needed to scan it for my Instacart order. So I was like, okay, so do I go to the checkout and like they'll help me with it? Because I didn't know if he meant checkout or like customer service desk. And he was like, well, yeah, it's not leaving the case. So they will go and get it for you and have it and hold it for you with the register. And I'm like, okay, like the way it came off was so rude and like sarcastic. And I'm like, this is not that serious. Okay. Like it really can't be that serious. Yes, I realize it's 2 bottles of expensive alcohol, but like, this is not like $1,000 bottle that we're talking about. Okay. Like he was like essentially saying like, it will not go in your hands. Like they will get it out of the locked cabinet and hold it, and like you will not get to touch it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm buying it and I'm also doing it for a customer, so like I'm gonna have to hold it eventually. The guy was just, I don't know what his deal was. Like I don't know why he was like, yeah, they'll help you with it by getting it because it's not leaving the case. And I'm like, okay. Especially because he knew it was for an Instacart, and I was like showing him my phone. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that people have tried to steal bottles of alcohol before from Total Wine, but the guy was definitely giving me a lot of attitude. So now that I'm driving all the way over here, I think I'm going to stay in this area and try to get one that's just heading somewhere in the direction of home, because this is a pretty far drive, and I don't think I want to drive all the way back down to where I just was shopping. The good thing is it's all freeway miles, and there's no traffic right now because it's Sunday. So I am very grateful for that. If this was like going somewhere super residential, it would have taken way longer, but it's like all freeway. So I'll see what stores are listed over in this area. I like to stay in my area of where the stores I go to a lot are, but going to like kind of a different part of town now. I'm going to be in like North Phoenix, and I'm normally working in like the downtown general area. I'm probably just going to at least see what's over here before I immediately just drive like 10 dead miles back. So beyond thrilled for this order. I told the customer, like, thank you so much. And I've had his order before, but I've never actually seen him because his orders are always like leave at door. And I've never dropped off alcohol to him. So and thank him in person, because I'm like, someone who's that generous, I'm like, I just think it's very nice to be appreciative of people like that. Especially because in a situation like this, he seems to always tip like 25-30% on his order total. And this was 2 items. It was 2 bottles of alcohol. It was very easy. I didn't have to go searching all over Total Wine for 20 minutes and like looking for shit. Just had to bring 2 bottles, but I got a high tip because the item was highly priced. So if he just tips percentage based, then that's why he, decided to give me a good tip anyway. And I'm just so beyond thankful for people who do that. And he was just like such a normal looking guy and lived in a very normal looking house. And a lot of times there are people like that who, have a lot more money than it looks like they do, and, decide to also value different things. Like, who knows how much money this guy really has, but he obviously values tipping and has the means to tip that generously. So who knows what his situation is. I'm just very grateful for someone who is able and willing to tip, a delivery driver that much. So hopefully I will keep getting his order. I probably will, because I believe this is the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time I've got his order. So obviously the algorithm is helping me out on this one with giving me his order. And after I waited so long too, that was the boost that I needed, since I waited like an hour for an order, and I was seeing ones that I like almost took, but then I went back on it. I'm like, no, I'll wait. And the wait was worth it. And that's always great when it pays off. Okay, this was almost the quickest accept ever until I saw the 14 miles. I got so sad because this would have been a killer order. Yeah. Could not tell you why a Safeway over here is getting delivered to someone in Tempe. That just makes no sense at all. We know that there's other Safeway locations. That's why no one's even taking it. It's been sitting here for a little bit now, and I'm hoping they just rebatch it, because if it's the customer, if one of these 2 customers is tipping well and it's not like all of the tip is on that last customer, they might rebatch it, because this just makes no sense to put these 2 orders together with that one. Like, tell me how the algorithm does this. I will not understand. Half this video is just turned into a rant about me asking why orders are the way they are. Why is this Sprouts order batched together? Why? 18.6 miles. There's other Sprouts over by where these people live. Tell me why it was... Oh, it's gone. But why was it for that location? It literally makes no sense. Hopefully that was like a rebatch. There's no way someone took that quickly. At least I hope they didn't. Hopefully they just like rebatched it, because that does not make any sense. This is one of the biggest DoorDash orders I've ever seen. 91 units delivered by 8:47. $37. Yeah. No thanks. All right, we're doing this order because, again, I see bring catering bag, 9 items at Cheesecake Factory. And since it's a more expensive restaurant, the subtotals do add up quicker. And it's already promised $12.40 for 5 miles. That's really not bad, but we're gonna hope for a hidden tip on this. I just got the notification that the order is ready for pickup, and that's the best thing I could see right now, because Cheesecake Factory historically takes a long time. And that is a great sign for me because I'm just gonna go in, grab it, and go. Okay, so I just realized that that was the last clip I filmed and I didn't even finish out the video. So I do have all of my stats right here. That Cheesecake Factory order did go up to $17.10. So just like I thought, there was about a $5 hidden tip on there. Difference between a $12 and a $17 offer is pretty big. So I'm happy I took the chance on that. Super great. I ended off the night on just an easy food delivery. Stats for the day of Sunday. I did work from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., starting off the day with that Costco order right at the drop and then ending with that Cheesecake Factory food delivery. So I made $336.39 on Sunday. So that is $33.63 an hour. And then with deductions, I did drive 92 miles, and that comes out to a $67 deduction. I just use the standard mileage deduction, and I track my work miles. So once you take out that $67, that is $269.39 for the day, and then $26.94 per hour. $336 is pretty decent, but for a Sunday, not really the best. I definitely had that point in the afternoon where I waited a little bit and it just totally killed me. Right before I got that amazing Total Wine order that like saved the day, that order was just incredible. But right before that, I had like way too long of a lull period where I wasn't doing anything. I definitely should have been just doing other DoorDash or Uber orders while I was waiting for an Instacart. I'm still kind of adjusting my strategies, and I've been trying out Costco more often now on Instacart too, and that's kind of my newest thing. I've been trying to see how I can fit that in and like what times to go, what times not to go. So the trick is always finding out how can we do the good Instacart orders without sitting around and wasting an hour, 2 hours doing nothing because there's not a good batch on Instacart. So that continues to be the battle. So hopefully I can do a little bit better on the next weekend. The wall behind me is very plain because we actually did move. So the place is still kind of a disaster. There's not even full everything in here yet. We don't even have a couch. Decided to get rid of my last couch. It wasn't anything, you know, it wasn't in super bad condition, but just decided to get rid of it, and we want a little bit of a bigger one. Ideally, some recliners would be amazing. And my mom ended up taking the couch because hers was getting really old, so that worked out great, and I'm happy that, you know, she can get something for free and not have to buy a new one. So it's like no decorations or anything up, but I am very excited, and next time I do a sit-down video instead of a kind of like ride-along video, I will have a new background, so that will be really fun. And yeah, we're just trying to get this place set up, and the move was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. I've moved so many times that I am a little bit desensitized to it. It's not something that I kind of think is that big of a deal, but this time it was rough because we were combining two different places and we had kind of a lot of stuff to get in here, and we did do it all ourselves or with some friends and family helping and not any professional movers. So it was rough, but we're mostly in here. We have everything we need. We just don't have like some little extra things. I should be back doing more Instacart videos this week, so that will probably be one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want to like and subscribe, if you liked the video, I would greatly appreciate it. It really does help me out. And thank you for any of the support that I get. I literally read every comment, and I'm so just grateful for anyone who even watches any of my videos. And you like watching DoorDash, Instacart, gig work videos, I make a bunch of those on this channel, so you should definitely subscribe. And hopefully I will see you in my next video.